So I've hit the blue button, and
Oh
we are
yeah.
currently live on Friday night. And you guys have Nate to thank for this because he pulled me out of my fucking hole to come
Mm-hmm.
hang out with you guys this Friday night. Um, I am busy as what's a good busy as thing, Nate? Give me a
Busy as sin.
busy
What?
as sin.
No. Busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest.
I think that's as useful as a one-legged man in an ass kicking contest. I think that's how that goes. I'm probably about as useful as that too, though. You know what I mean? So, um, all right. Anyway, it's Friday night. April's doing stuff. Nate's hanging out. Apparently, Bladen's gonna come hang out. We got all kinds of shit going on. Like all kinds of shit going on, and I'm absolutely wired. I'm ready to hang out, talk some shit. Um, we've got we've got all three Halloween books that are coming up shortly, guys. All three fucking Halloween books will be coming up shortly. And then we've got Where They Dwell.
Oh
And
yeah.
Where They Dwell is insanity at its finest, in my opinion. But if you thought I was fucked up before, you wait till you read Where They Dwell. And you're really going to have a good time. Oh my gosh. Nate, have you seen the covers for that goddamn book?
I have. I've been watching all them damn links, the pictures you've been putting out every day
Oh my
for that, and
goodness,
it's like,
man.
holy crap, dude. I mean, it's just been now. It's been themed around the one girl so far.
Yes.
Like the one, so far. But we
So,
also know that this story is going to evolve as well as it goes throughout the different
yes.
stages.
Yes.
So I'm excited because to me it reminds me of like Creep Show, the anthology
Yeah,
series,
yeah, yeah. For sure.
like that, where you're gonna have a story, an X Files Monster of the Week situation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you're trying to figure out how to stop it, but then there's still a core person, that's part of the book still. So it kind
For
of
sure.
keeps you established into it. But I mean, I read the first one and I'm already hooked on it.
Yeah.
The
Well,
big,
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I have I have put so much time into that particular issue that I had to put it away, and I will probably stay away from it for another good month and a half, 2 months, to be honest with you. Just because I've literally I'm already ready for issue two. I'm already ready to get into it. Currently, I'm working on Frog Legs issue two. So I'm ready to get issue one out to you guys here shortly. I know Elberty's busting his ass to get those last couple pages done. And April, I don't know if you guys have you've if you'd been a fan of Mr. Farmer before, but April brought on Bill Farmer, and he's an incredibly talented colorist. Like super super good dude, and we're very grateful to have him on the team. Really like that guy. Um, but he's busting his ass on Frog Legs too. So I can't wait to get that out to you guys. Speaking of getting out books, holy shit, have we been mailing books out?
uh-huh,
Like like that one.
uh-huh.
There's been a shit ton of books going out lately. Um, you know, there's the other half of the If It Hops books are supposed to show up this week, and toward the end of the week, and then we're also supposed to be not only getting that, but we're supposed to be getting the first order of Underland
Ooh.
at about the same time. I ooh too, because I'm like, oh shit, I got to pack all that. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to, because I like fulfillment. Like I do, I enjoy fulfillment. What I don't enjoy about fulfillment is when people don't change their addresses to their current addresses.
Yeah.
Yes. So guess how much money I spent in shipping to people that didn't get books this last campaign. Just last pre-order. Just take a guess.
$300 to $400.
It's about $200. It was a lot. Like a lot for me to ship out and then be like, you know what I mean? So, but as always, we give everybody that one time. You know what I mean? And we mail it back out to your new address and whatnot. I like being able to give people, their product. I don't want it back. You know what I mean? I send it to you. I'm trying to get it to you. Don't let them send it back.
Well, they send it back. Just send it back to my house.
Yeah. I'm just gonna forward all returned mail forwards to Nate's house. Yeah, that's where it all goes. But yeah, I'm gonna show you something tonight and April's probably going to beat me up. I'm assuming.
Oh, here we go.
I'm assuming I'm going to get beat up.
Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna get canceled tonight.
I'm assuming I'm going to get beat up.
I've already
double
been
beat
told
up.
that I'm in the timeout box.
Oh, really? Well, that wasn't by me this morning or today, was it? Not me.
No. We've cleared it out, but you sent me an email and told me that I need to behave myself.
Oh, yeah, behave. Don't be getting in trouble around here.
I'm
So-
always in trouble.
I am going to show you something that we've not shown anybody, I don't think, with the exception, maybe Nate's seen it. We might have sent it to Nate. Because Nate, I normally send all kinds of stuff. But let me bring this file up and I'll show you guys a cover that we've not shown before. I know that Shawnee saw it. Yeah, Shawnee and Thomas, they get all those cool little treats in their emails and stuff.
Well, you got to have your Tom picture of the day. That's just how it goes.
That's it. The Thomas Andrus moment of the day. Absolutely. I feel so bad that I forgot to do that for a while. I've been so goddamn busy. It's like, I'm happy if I can remember to pick up my children from school. With so much going on. Maybe I'm not happy about it. Maybe I want to leave them there every now and then.
I do every day. You know what would happen? But,
yeah. So did you see the picture? You're talking about the stretch that bone regrowth, right? Did you see the picture? I posted a picture of the last time I broke it. Fuck that thing. That shit sucked. Anyway, so here's a cover from Hibrin. And it's beautiful for where they go.
Oh, yeah. The maniacal one. Yeah, I saw the sense, that was one of the things I was like, she's going to be batshit crazy.
Yeah. She's definitely batshit crazy. She's not like a main character, she's like a villain type of deal. And one thing about villains though, in our books, if you get the opportunity to read the ethereal books, which I suggest, they're a lot of fun. If you get the opportunity to read them, you know that I'm not a fan of these like one-hitter quitter villains most of the time. Most of our villains are pretty they come back every now and then, and we get to do some fun stuff with them. Sounds like my type of bitch. Jimmy, I know your type of bitch. Don't mess with me. I've met them all. I used to know a bunch of them. More than I would like to, too. Anyway, so let's see what else we got going on here with this particular book. I know we've shown some other covers for it, but it's just so much fun. Like, it's a very ominous type of book. There's if you're a fan of The Exorcist, you'll enjoy it. If you're a big fan of Constantine, yeah, for sure. There's even some like almost like like puppeteering elements to it. There's just a lot of fun stuff going on with this particular book. And I really do think that everybody that picks it up is going to enjoy it. We constantly put out fun stuff, but this is very, very different. You plead the fifth. I bet you do plead the fifth. Nice, naughty camel toes. Yeah, we always do the wild editions too. So the cool thing about that particular cover is I think we got like 7 different variants for that cover.
I think it's going to be like 9.
Was there 9? Jeez,
there is a lot. But
they all turned out so goddamn good though. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But he's so very talented, just incredibly, incredibly talented. We also we've got the Zaldivar brothers doing their cover, which is going to be, we've seen it. You guys haven't, but we've seen the lines for it, and it's something else. It's really, really cool. I also want to make sure you guys don't forget that Bladen is going to Raina bringing the awesome. April always brings the awesome, dude. She always brings the awesome.
I bring a heaping load of something.
Most of the time, it's a pleasant thing. Every now and then, something will happen, and I'm just like, "Don't murder me!" in the way of everything that goes on. It wasn't me. Not this time, anyway. So, But we've also got another cool thing going on right now, and that's the website is finally available for you guys to pick up books on.
So everybody needs to flock to it and get the site to crash.
Flock to it. Let me put that shit up here so you guys.
Yeah, I took a look through it 2 days ago once you put it out there.
Yeah, man.
So, there's a lot out there for people to get, especially digitally as well. Because that's instantaneously if you buy it. So that's always a good option for everybody. But what I like is that you have a lot of old back issues from the Kickstarters on there.
Yeah, for sure.
And for me, I mean, it gives me a chance to go back and get the old ones that
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to get because that was before my time with Ethereal.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's one of the coolest things about the brand, right? One of the greatest things about new people coming into the brand and seeing the brand and stuff is there's so much that we've done. In the couple years that we've been in existence, we've got like 24 issues in like 2.5 years. You know what I mean? There's a lot of books out.
And 4 times as many covers to choose from.
Yes, and
Oh my
4
God.
times as many covers to choose from. The only covers that are not on the website are the limited edition covers and the Kickstarter exclusives. Now, the best way to get those, I've seen a couple on eBay. I've seen some store exclusives on eBay too from the actual stores. But one of the better ways to get it is to see us live. And a bunch of you guys are like, well, fuck you, Dustin, because you haven't done shows all year. And I'm like, that's true. But come next month, we've decided to pop that cherry. We're a little over with this bullshit. So Bladen Hunter and Renee Roth will be at SpawnCon next month. And we're really, really excited that they're going to do that show. We're invited. That's in Denver, Colorado, Halloween weekend. So that should be an awesome fucking show.
There better be some hijink photos from that time.
Hey, I won't be there to help. So, and April won't be there for HR to keep things under control.
Oh crap!
So it's liable to get kind of wild.
Poor Bladen.
I don't think Todd will be there. I think that Capullo may be there. I don't think Todd's going to be there.
Dan
Dan
Kemp will be.
Yep, Dan and Dave Kemp will both be there. I know that Bladen has done an incredible piece that Dan is actually coloring for that show. And if you ever wanted to see a badass bunny that was a spawn, we got you. That's going to be really fucking cool. I'm really excited about that. Like, how cool is that? Fucking Agent C colored like in cosplay as Spawn by one of the guys that's colored more Spawn than anybody. I'm just like, fuck, that's cool. So, yeah, the bunny's going to be all dolled up for next month. Should be a ton of fun. I'm very, very excited about it.
I got to see if Bladen can do a Venomized agency.
That'd be dope. I know that he's been having a ton of fun lately with different stuff, so I'm sure that he would not, be opposed in the least. Speaking of C, April is doing things. April's doing stuff.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. There's stuff in the things. Whoa.
Well, that might be later.
Oh, no.
I don't think you can see that in the pencils.
But yeah, there's a ton of really cool stuff that everybody's doing, when it comes to conventions. We're starting to book our stuff for next year. I know that April and I are going to be in Hawaii next year. That should be awesome. Awesome.
I'm just looking for an excuse to hang with your wife.
Me too.
Be like, where did those ladies go to? Harumph. And I'll be like, you'll never find us.
You said fucking harumph.
I did.
I love it. Harumph. Yes, I am the most persnickety of all the bitches.
That's right. I'll be like, quick, Heather, prank call him.
Oh my god. She will too. Don't fucking think she will.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm gonna be a terrible influence upon your whole house.
Oh my god. Yes. I can foresee this all converging on my life.
It's all gonna start with complicated math.
Oh fuck math. Especially lately. Math has been really fucking like an ache in my ass here recently, but whatever.
if you think about it, I mean, you could always, get the inside track, the inside scoop, work for like, USPS or something, and figure out all of the ins, the outs, see if they've got an employee discount as far as like shipping goes. Be like, oh man, ha ha ha, and
Oh man,
could you
I will.
imagine?
I will do all the ha ha ha's.
Oh, ha ha.
Oh, you're gonna be at Cincinnati, dude. That's gonna be awesome. Cincinnati should be a lot of fun.
You could literally
I appreciate
be
that.
a super villain while working under the guise of the government.
Oh my god.
I'm giving myself ideas.
Anyway. Go ahead, Nate.
I'm just going to imagine Dustin in a USPS outfit with the big sombrero hat, walking down the road, putting mail in the boxes.
Dude, they don't even wear outfits here. Like, there is no fucking USPS outfit here. They wear what the fuck they want to wear in their car and look like normal people coming up to my house and stuff. Look around. You know what? It's dangerous out there.
You never know.
You never know. If you didn't have... I don't like the ones that roll up in the little car that doesn't look like the USPS car. I live on a mountain. Don't roll up to my motherfucking house.
Not unless I got Mountain Dew and a Captain Crunch.
That's it. Not unless you got some goodies.
The bad part is when you start knowing everybody that does come to your house from the shipping places, like the FedEx guy, the UPS guy, the post office, and you're like, okay, drop it there, put it there, I'll get it.
Guy, or the DHL guy, he don't show the fuck up no more after that last incident that he.
I was just gonna crack jokes like the freight guy.
Fuck the freight guy, and not in a nice way. Fuck it. I don't even spit on that bitch. You just let him have it.
Well, that's pretty much what he did to you.
That is pretty much what he did to me. Goddamn elf books come in there and the fucking forklift. You know what? I'm not even bitching. People don't even need to hear about the shenanigans that happen because goddamn.
But they make me laugh so hard.
They make everybody laugh but me. Have you ever noticed that? I'm in my driveway, literally about to lose my gourd, and everybody else is laughing. I'm so glad it's funny.
I mean, it's funny in
told you
retrospect.
I'm a terrible human being.
The printer did not find it funny because he got my phone call before you got my phone call.
I'm pretty sure I midwifed that.
Yeah, he did not find it funny.
It was a little funny.
It's like those bad images or those bad videos you see on YouTube or whatnot, like where somebody causes the whole thing to fall over and you laugh at it, but it's like, wait a minute, it's my stuff.
Yeah, but it's your shit. When it's your shit, you can't fucking laugh at it. Then you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be fucking a week and a half before the rest of that shit gets your fuck. And
then you get to spend a whole bunch of time in the pickup line thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're waiting like all the time. That every day between the time he fucked up that order till I got those new books, I just spent stewing on it.
No.
Like I was fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, dude. I know that April and Bladen heard it from me like at least once a day about that shit for about a week. I'm so
Who
mad.
needs blood pressure medication when you
I
are
have
a
great
publisher?
blood pressure. Oh yeah. Well, comic publishers we could all probably use fucking real ones anyway. That's how we'll put that.
I'm just saying, at a particular point in everybody's life when their health starts to catch up with them, and there for a minute, I had to be on blood pressure medicine.
Either that or those gummy bears the kids are eating nowadays, right?
Oh,
and little brownie bites.
Those sweet, precious children.
Yes. Let me get some of those gummy worms you've been keeping in your refrigerator.
I like to rip them apart and stick them on my lips and then be like, what is it? Admiral Akbar from Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Bro, it's a trap.
It's a trap. And then everybody's like, the hell are you doing? I'm like, yeah, but then it becomes a game. How many of them can you stick on your lips? And I can usually get about 6. Before
not the gummies I'm talking about. You got different kind of gummies that I'm talking about. Anyway,
I come from a wholesome era. Yes, hippie.
Oh well, I fucking have you met me? Anyway, so
usually it's just when you're mad. So now I just poke at you a bunch.
Right? It's like poking the tiger. She's like, he's not normal yet. He's not irritated. Get it.
Keep pushing it. Hit the button.
I do. I
So
do.
I spoke to Zai today, and he showed me some amazing things from My Metal Girl today. Like,
Are we gonna start doing the shots every time you say amazing?
I'm gonna punch you.
Oh, it's wonderful
virtual
that there's
punch?
like 5 states between us.
It is wonderful. Were you gonna add that to my fucking like list of words that you're like, ah?
Look, it's part of the nuances that you have.
You know what? You need to stop.
Ah.
Good Lord. He said mountains, banjos, and deliverance theme. No.
Oh,
Misery.
ouch. Ow. Ow.
Fuck. That's
That
not
would've
great.
That we'd work our way up to that. Damn.
No. Oh my God. That's I had this like I had a dream of that.
I can't
I had a
think
fucking
and laugh
dream
at the
that
same
happened.
time.
Like that someone kidnapped me. It was like fucking crippling me to get him to write some shit, like some nasty ass sex scene that I had never written before.
Well, you just get it from the video game. You'll be fine.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're totally not going to talk about that. We'll do that on a different show.
That'll be next month?
Toward probably because
Hmm.
I'll think of some funny material to put with it, but and I'll get some images and shit, and it'll be funny. No, but
I've already had one goes against community standards post on my Kinktober advertisements.
oh really?
Damn it. That was fast.
I was just like, oh, well, there's my
You haven't
one.
even put anything like bad out yet.
Well, they caught the one that was a little questionable.
Questionable. Oh my God. Do they know who you work with? What the fuck?
I am surprised. I'm waiting for the crackdown where they just freeze my account for 5 years from all of my shenanigans. They're like,
You and me,
"Trace,
I'll be
how far
gone.
will
They'll
you
never
cast
allow
us?"
me back. They're just going to be like, what? I will never be allowed back.
Ooh.
Go.
Start having aliases.
Yeah.
We'll have to have like a ethereal Dropbox of like
Yeah. Like
names.
an underground ethereal site that you can go to. Oh my God. We almost did a Discord so folks could join us, so we could have like 15 people conversating if we wanted to. But man, I got to the point where I've been so busy that like the idea of doing more than social media, like more than Facebook and Twitter, not Twitter, but Instagram, is just
Twitch?
so much, man. I tried Twitch. I do Twitch with this. I most of the time I post this to Twitch, but
And that's not just because you get agitated with me. That
No.
causes like an eye twitch.
that might be what it is. I'm gonna let you have that one. It was bad. It was a bad one. I'm gonna let you have it.
You know what? Dad jokes just don't land the same when I say them.
That's true. I can't see what Facebook user is posting, so if one of you guys can see it, I certainly cannot.
I'm
Crabs.
not paying attention.
Who's got crab? I don't have crab. I love crabs though. They're so good. Blue crabs, soft shell crabs, you name it, man. I'll throw down. I used to religiously like live off Old Bay. Like Old Bay was like the greatest thing in the fucking world.
Do they use that in swampy seasonings?
Yeah, they certainly do.
Ooh.
Yeah, some crawfish. Speaking of that, that's my fucking gift to myself in the next year.
What?
A trip to fucking Louisiana, because I've never been.
What?
Never
What's
been to
wrong with you?
Louisiana. I'm a big fan of crawfish. Never been. I've been eating crawfish since I was like 13 years old. I've been eating crab since I was like 9. Never been to Louisiana. Big shrimp fan too. Never been. Speaking of those things, if you guys haven't seen it, we have a book called Frog Legs that is currently being worked on, issue 1 and issue 2, and it's about food and voodoo. So
That voodoo that you do so well.
Voodoo that you do. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff right now, though. Earlier we mentioned the My Metal Girl stuff. And Zai is killing these pages. I'm really, really happy with them. I can't wait for you guys to see this book done. It's going to be so good. The coolest thing about working with Zai is he does it all. Like he does it all from colors to lettering, and he's an actual mangaka, which makes it even fucking better. You
Sounds
know,
dirty.
oh, I suppose it could be if you made
That's
it.
how to go with the Kinktober book.
Yeah, if you made it
Mangaka.
dirty, I'm sure it could be. Um, yeah, I'm sure there's some ew. That just sounds ew. No, but there's a ton of stuff going on. You threw me off with that, all that caca talk.
Oh. Ugh.
Gross.
So, question for you from my Metal Girl:
Yeah.
how feasible would it be if you actually did a manga version of it, other than just a comic version? If you did the small
So,
manga,
right, but mangas are big. Like most mangas are very like they're thick, you know,
correct? Yeah,
a lot bigger than a comic book. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a manga of My Metal Girl if we had, like, instead of just doing a trade paperback, if we decided to do a manga, that'd be a lot of fun and different if we did a manga version of it. But most of the time, manga's in black and white,
correct.
you know. Um, like I said, he's doing colors and everything. They may be layers. I don't know. I'll ask him. Um, he may be working in layers, so he maybe may be able to put the dialogue on black and white. But even if he can't, we have learned that our printer can print us black and white. So
Oh yeah,
we did the Theater 7 edition that were black and white, and they looked really good when they came out. So I'm pretty thrilled with that. But no, there's all kinds of cool shit. My Metal Girl is flying. Oh my gosh, he's so far through it. And you got Cretaceous, and then Brian is also working on one of the Halloween books. I actually saw the first page the other night, and it looks great. The cool thing about the Halloween books, where we wanted to do different people's takes on the characters, because there's so many characters in it. There is literally like everybody from an ethereal book, minus maybe 2 or 3 characters, outside of brand new characters, that are in that crossover. And certainly you're not going to see people that we haven't shown in the books, or shown their actual books yet. But it's got 3 different artists doing each different issue, but you have a colorist that's coloring the entire 3 issues. So I'm pretty excited to see what people think about that. We've never done anything like that before, so that should be a lot of fun, I think.
I hope Serenity kills a bunch of people, get some retribution back.
Oh man, Serenity, Jesus, she's
a mess.
she's something. She's something. Her story, though, man, you guys are getting more and more of her story as we go. Like this last issue that we did, which is actually almost done. Issue 4 is almost finished. But we show off her history. We show off a little bit of Ricky and Maya's history. But I didn't want to rush that story. Like I didn't want to rush, Ricky getting into it with Corvos and stuff like that. I needed it to. It's one of those things where yes, Corvos is a villain. Yes, he'll be around for a while, but I don't want you guys to feel like he's only been around so long that his death wouldn't have meaning or anything like that to the actual story itself and to Seno City. So I've there are ways to lead you off track almost, like that in the last issue Maya got her ass whooped. Like she got her ass whooped, and which is fair because Serenity's a tank bred anyway, so it's like there was no chance she was going to have to hang out with her. You know what I mean? There was no chance in hell she was going to go toe to toe with Serenity. But she gave it all she had, and it was a really cool way for us again to show you that she grew up on the street. We got to show you some. I thought it was really kind of fun to show you like each hit actually showed you a memory. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoy coming up with different ways to tell you a story. Other than she's sitting down and she just thought about her past. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that's realistic. I think that events spark thoughts. You know, there are people out there. My memory sucks, but there are people out there that use images to remind them of things. Like I used to know a guy that worked for the military that was like way, 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 way deep in the military, and he was stupid smart, zero common sense. One of the smartest guys I've ever met, though. And he'd be like the letter A, and all of a sudden he'd go on a tangent about the boxes of memory that the letter A would open for him, you know. And anyway, I think it's interesting to be able to show you guys story in different ways. You know, traditional storytelling, yes, is fun, but anybody can do it. You know, you need to get in there and be different. So stuff like that takes you away from, and it adds depth to the character. You know, it adds a lot more to them when we give you stuff like that. Like you'll see a lot to do with Serenity in this issue 4, about, you know, why she's so fucked up, what's going on with her, you know what I mean, and why she is the way she is. But then you're also going to meet here shortly. You're going to meet Starling's brother. You're going to meet some other key characters. But no, I enjoy being able to give you guys different, you know, and like right now you've got If It Hops 2 is mailing out right now, and as fast as I can feasibly mail that book out, it is going up. But like I said, more of that's coming in this week. I'm really excited about it. But you've got not only one main character, but you have 3 main characters in If It Hops, you know, so you're going to start seeing different directions that the story goes. You know, yes, we all love C, but I have a ton of people that reach out and talk about how much they love K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they really want more K. They want to see the whole Muscle Kitty thing. You know what I mean? They want to know more about K, what K's got going on. K is going to be one of those characters that is so much more than you guys thought when you first picked up the book. I remember Bladen telling me that she was one of his favorites when we first did the first issue, because we didn't show her until we unlocked the additional pages for the first book. You know, when we did those, he literally was like, "This is my favorite part of the entire book, these 6 pages that we've done in the back." And I remember thinking that was so funny because, you know, it was all sandy and you're meeting the foxes and stuff like that. You have to meet a particular young fox in that issue as well, who has all kinds of shady shit going on, you know. And when you pick up issue 2, or well, when you get issue 2, you'll get some backstory on that and how she became the writer and stuff like that. So I'm very thrilled with her. But you know, there's so much to all the stories, you know. And I want to talk about the new stuff, but I really can't give anything away, story wise, especially with the Halloween book. I normally don't write a lot of mystery, but I don't like to give you guys easy storytelling. You know, it's just it's got to have depth. You guys know how I like to write, and but the Halloween book should be a ton of fun. You guys are going to enjoy the Halloween books, the covers, you know, the stickers coming out shortly. I mean, you know, Vinzel Tab killed that cover, but there's all kinds of cool stuff, and you know, you'll see characters from My Metal Girl. You know, you'll see characters from My Metal Girl in the Halloween book. That's how close to up to date we are with the people that are involved in the book. I think the only characters that aren't in it were from Kill Cam and Cretaceous that were currently out at the time when we started working on the books. Because we've been working on them for a few months now, you know, and I think that you guys will be really thrilled with it. Nate, I'm running out of content to talk about. Help me, Nate. Give me something.
I'm here. I'm here. So yeah, I was going to say I want to see the listener show up in the Halloween book. See,
He does.
Cause a bunch of problems for everyone.
He does show up. He makes an appearance. Lee makes an appearance. Arya makes an appearance. All those characters are in the books. I think that Lee's presence is the largest out of the listener in the Halloween books. So you'll get a lot of her. You'll get a lot of Penny.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's my girl.
you'll get a lot of Penny. You'll get a lot of Starling. Which Starling doesn't get enough screen time, so I'm trying to make sure I give her more face time around you guys. Because she's super fun to work with too. You got a lot of Maya. You're gonna get your Eve in there. You're gonna get C. You're gonna get K. Ricky will be in there. Um, Cade will be in there. You know, tons
Celine.
of characters. Do what now?
Celine.
Celine. Yep, Celine will be in there.
Well, see,
Wow, I love
I,
Celine.
see, I was thinking about Cade earlier today. Like
Mhm.
Cade would be a good avenue for where they dwell as well, because
So
of him being what he is.
absolutely. Well, I've not thought that far ahead for that particular book yet. But you do know that Frog Legs, the listener, and Greed are
Hmm.
all connected.
Correct.
So they are all connected books. So Frog, yeah. So you'll see, like I said, you'll see some of the listener characters in the Halloween book. Um, I don't know if you're going to see people in the capacity that you would expect to see them in
No, I
because
wouldn't. I wouldn't expect them to because it's a kind of uncanon situation.
right, it's a very you guys will be getting the Christmas book here shortly too, and so it's a very different world. Like it's just it's and not it's its own universe. You know what I'm saying? So every holiday book is generally connected to every other holiday book from us. So um, you'll get to see X, X, and X, and then you'll see them again in X, X, and X. It's a lot of people have asked. My daughter calls it shipping. Do you know what that means? You
Mm.
ship someone. Okay, I learned. So shipping is like the cool kids term for like relationships, who they would like to see together. So the Halloween books are almost like a what if for us,
Mm.
if you will. Um, so like if they had abilities, those abilities don't exist anymore. You know, if there was something superhuman or abnormal about them, they really don't have that anymore. It's a very more toned down world. You know what I mean? But again, anything can happen in it. You've got all these characters together, but the fun thing is they act like they're all normal. Like you would see a demon on the street, you know what I mean? Or, whatever else. Lilith is in the Halloween book. Not a lot, but she's in it. Um,
Nikita's in there, so I wonder how that's going to play out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Man,
didn't
it'd
even.
be funny to see the Jackal just walk down the street with Lilith and they're holding hands and skipping rope.
Oh, hold on, I'll show you something funny. Let me see if I can find it. Um, I have so the Christmas issue that we've got coming in here. You'll definitely have it before Christmas. The Christmas issue that we've got coming in is, um, man, it was a ton of fun, but we were really testing the waters with this, how we would do this with that particular book, and we did a lot of artwork and stuff and pinups in it, and it wasn't going to be what we've turned it into, if that makes any sense. It was just supposed to be a good time, and I wasn't breaking my back with it. You know what I mean? And I decided, because I'd put so much work into the first issue, that we were going to do Halloween as a full on deal instead of doing pinups and stuff like that. And man, now that I'm trying to find it, I'm not going to be able to find it. There's an image from one of the pages. Shouldn't be that far down, of Ricky slapping Lilith's ass. I've got it right here somewhere. Um, they're tons of fun though. Like we had a ridiculous amount of fun with it. Um, there's a bunch of characters that are in it that could not coexist ever. So um, damn, I thought I had it.
Oh, you'll find it.
Well, I thought I had it. I do have this one though. If it'll load. One of the covers from Christmas. Oh, it was fun. Renee kills these covers though, so I don't ever worry about covers when she's doing them. They always look so good.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like I'm all for pinups and things like that, but I really want a story.
Absolutely.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of times and this is all companies. All
Mm-hmm.
companies have a gallery. They have a pinup book, and it's
Yep.
just normal. You have a swimsuit edition or whatnot.
Yep. Yep.
But to evolve it into having a new story and a new kind of multiverse, per se,
Yep. Oh,
it's
that's
always fun.
yeah,
Because
man.
it's something different.
We had to. It was like it seemed like there was too much cool shit to not. You know what I mean? Like there were too many cool characters to just be like, oh, that was a 6 pages or whatever that we did that was we're not going to touch on anymore. You know what I mean? Um, but it was fun. we had a good time with it. But everything that happens in the Christmas book is canon to the Halloween book, and so on and so forth as we continue doing that. I don't think we're gonna do like Valentine's Day. We'll do covers like we've normally done, but I don't think we're gonna do like a story for Valentine's Day or anything like that. I think we're just gonna keep it to Halloween and Christmas because those are the big ones. Maybe if it gets fun, we'll throw in a Thanksgiving. Like
say that, but then about 6 months after Valentine's Day, you're going to get inspired about some sort of massacre story that's going to make you look like a psychopath, and you're going to be like, "Yep, that deserves a story."
That's okay. I'm all right with looking like a psychopath. I pull it off.
I think
So,
you do.
yeah.
But I can see a crazy Easter day.
Oh man.
I have stories that I have put away that may or may not appear at times.
You're gonna have like a little Scrappy Doo character. Love me.
Yeah. No, it was more a yeah, it was more akin to like a Critters thing than like I don't know if you remember the movie, but they had the Easter thing was going on at the church, and they had colored the the eggs, the Crite eggs as Easter eggs. That's a penny thing, so that's not an everybody thing. That event will actually be a penny event. So
I can't wait for see Critters in Theater 7.
Yeah, Critters is coming. You've got Tremors. We're working with all kinds of fun books. Critters being furballs and Tremors being worms and whatnot. So there's a lot going on. Devin is almost done with issue 2, and I know Dan's jumping into that. He's a little ways into it, but he's working his ass off too. But the fun thing about working with so many incredible people is, people don't realize how long, like if you get a really good artist, right? Now there are exceptions to this rule, okay? But I've found that the better the artist, the longer they take, for the most part. No joke, no bullshit, just an observation. Except for Blade and Hunter, that motherfucker.
Holy shit! How many pages
Yeah.
that dude puts out in a day? Like I've seen some of the stuff that he puts out. I'm like, good lord, dude.
Yeah, he'll throw down. I don't even. He throws down. I'm always grateful to that guy. Even though he forgot we had a live show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he did. He just told me. But so anyway, but no, when it comes to Penny and Penny's stories, I will say this: I had somebody reach out and tell me that she looked like Harley Quinn. Please fucking don't. Please don't, because she doesn't
No,
look like Harley Quinn. Now you're
no,
just stereotyping a blonde with pigtails. Don't do that. You know
no.
what I mean? I go
Their
very
body
far.
shape is different. Their
Yeah.
entire
Mm.
psyche is very
Oh my
different.
God.
Their love interests are going to be
Ugh.
different. They're two different, huge, different time periods in their life. She's in college. Harley Quinn's already got her doctorate. Like,
Yeah.
they're totally different on so many levels.
I
Totally
appreciate that
different.
you would associate something that we do with something so awesome. I do appreciate that. The one thing that it gets me is I don't want people to think that. I don't want people to make that assumption or even that that relative thought process, because there's so many people that ape off that fucking character that I don't want people to think that we're doing that, because we're not. It's like I said, the only thing that is any kind of resemblance is they're blonde with pigtails, and half the time Harleys are different colors. You know what I mean? Bruce Timm's Harley now had blonde hair all the time. That is not the case any longer.
Well, and the thing difference is that Penny is innocent. Like her
Yeah,
naivety and her innocence is completely different than
well, that's what
you'll
makes her
ever
fun,
have.
I think. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's a very fun character and very just. What's going on, Pete? How are you, man? I feel like she's just a very energetic soul. When I write about her, it's never like I never feel like she has any animosity. She never has any kind of ill will. Even like when she gets in situations coming up in the Big Snake arc, um, she's never angry at people. She's not a that's not her MO. She's really not that type of person. And I feel like if you look at Devin's work with like Miriam and stuff, you know, Miriam's not an angry individual either, I don't think. You know what I mean?
No.
I think she's a pretty silly character, a lot of fun, smiley character. Yes, she does get in these action-oriented events and stuff, but I feel like Miriam is a very positive character. And I like that about Penny too. I like Penny being a very positive character, not an angry individual. Um, and she's so bright-eyed and so like the world is so new, like she's not naive to her assets or anything, but she's
No.
also like, you know certain people are innocent. Like I can tease the old man right there and he's going to smile and walk away. He's not going to come over and try to grope me or anything. You know what I mean? There's just like the we chose to do Return to the Future first because it was a very fun and innocent story. The whole deal with dude trying to fuck his mom, so much fun. So much fun. Because he has no clue. He's completely ignorant to it. You know what I mean? And she thinks it's hilarious. And you'll see more of that in the second issue, how she thinks it's just so fucking funny that he has no idea and she can't tell him.
Can't tell them a damn thing.
She
If not,
thinks
it screw up the
hilarious.
future.
Right. So she thinks it's so funny. But they come together as friends, really close friends at the end of this arc. And Heather had me laughing a couple of months ago because she was like, wouldn't it be funny if somehow Penny ended up like having other interactions with characters that she'd interacted with before? Like, some crazy event pulled all these characters into one place and she's dealing with all these different characters.
Like the
Almost like,
seasonal stuff.
yeah, but more like what if all the movies you've ever watched came to life in your small hometown?
Like Last Action Hero.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yes.
Cabin in the Woods was so fun.
Love
It's the only movie where they've killed every woman's love interest at the very like beginning of the movie. So yeah, I'm gonna jump the fucking hole in the ground with my motorcycle. Good job, buddy.
Let's go to the same cabin that everybody goes to that gets killed in.
Yeah, smart. That's like the whole, there's supposed to be a scary lagoon back behind my pappy's house. I'm gonna go back there. No, thank you. I'm passing all
I'm
that.
gonna hide in the basement where all these razor blades are.
Yeah, no, I was more thinking along the lines of how fun Goosebumps was. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I thought that was a very neat concept. Um, So yeah, it was just funny. We were, how interesting it'd be to take all these characters and then throw giant snakes in there with them, or giant monsters that they're dealing with and stuff like that. But they can't leave the town. The town has been like secluded. So it should be fun. I've got some cool ideas, but Heather comes up with funny stuff every now and then, and throws my way. So
Well,
I think you guys will enjoy Penny's next arc very much. To be honest with you.
see, that'd be like the whole Under the Dome situation where they're all stuck in one place, but it's like a temporal like thing,
Yeah.
where they get sucked into one area and then they got to deal with it. Like, just think about it. Like, if Marty has to deal with a big ass snake and a worm from Tremors, he's screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Oh my
dead.
gosh.
I
Poor
mean,
Artie.
Kevin Bacon's gonna get killed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Artie McSkeeto. That poor guy. He's got some shit going on, let me tell you. But I wanted to make it serious like they did at the end of the film. So there's a very interesting scene, a couple actually, at the end of the next issue that Devin is working on now, because he makes me come out of my comfort zone. Like Devin pulls me out of my safe space. His his thing with me once, he was like, if it's locker room talk, take it all the way to the locker. Take it as far as you can go. And I'm over here going, I don't know if I can do that, And he's like, dude, I'm doing the artwork. You just do it as dirty as you feel like going. So, um, you'll see some pretty funny stuff and some stuff that even had me, a little bit red in the cheeks when I was putting it down on paper. So,
Not just from a sunburn, huh?
no, I don't get sunburned. Um,
Well,
I
I'll
do.
never forget the first Cave Woman book I picked up from Bud Root, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
holy crap! Like, I was huge into heavy metal at the time,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and I'm like, and it was always pushing the boundary, but Bud just goes all in. And then when
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw Devin took over for it, I'm like, holy crap! I wish people would do that, like just keep going and going with it, But there's so much, I'm going to say political correctness, but it's like people just don't want to push the envelope too much, and that's hard
Yeah.
because I would assume as a publisher too, you don't want to alienate people either, and it's kind of hard, depending on what you have, but there's always a disclaimer. Hey, by the way, this is what Ethereal does, this
Yeah,
is
I
how
think
it kind of how it goes, so if you're going to read one of the books here, this is what you can expect.
yeah, I've there's funny conversations like that, right? There's moments where I like I said, I'm like, well, wait, hold on, I might be pushing it too far, but I had a very talented team member of ours the other day tell me that they were very grateful about the way that we put out content. You know what I mean? About the fact that we give you the content, we don't hide it, we're not ashamed of it. Excuse me. And I am, man, I'm real honest about our content, and if you go to pick up an ethereal book, with the exception of the listener, there's probably going to be a whole lot of nudity in it. What's going on, Charles? I mean, it's just, you can't pick up an ethereal book and assume that it's all going to be peaches and roses and stuff like that. It's definitely not going to be your children's comic book. It's not going to be what you were used to reading when you were younger, because I write books for guys and gals that have been reading books since that time. You know what I mean? I like to write for adults. I like to write for people to get the humor. I like the people to write for people to get the situations. You know what I mean? Um, I love that there are fucking pervs out there that love our books. Go fucking team perv. I'm about it. But I do want you guys to pick up the book and realize there's a story, there's
Mhm.
development, there's characters, there's so much that we put together. You know, um, And I always go through 3 or 4 people before I'm satisfied with a product. You know, it doesn't ever just it's never like we were talking about that the other night, Heather and I. It's never just I made a decision and that's it. That's not how I work. It's not how I operate. Um, I've always been a good team builder, so I listen to my team. I always pay attention to what they say, even if they treat me like shit sometimes. I still love them. Um, but uh, there's something about being able to be honest in storytelling. You know, if you get to a point in a story where you're like, damn, dude, he's about to lay the pipe, and he doesn't just because it's a comic book, you're like, well, fuck, that's not how that was leading up to what was going down. Or you're like, that guy was about to get fucking decapitated and all of a sudden plot armor happened. That's not us. I don't believe in that shit. You know what I mean? It's stupid. If you're going to fucking make it so a character can't get injured or they can't get, it's like the Schwarzenegger movies, right? When we were kids. Absolutely love Schwarzenegger. Love Stallone. Love Van Damme. You know, they're all out there whooping everybody's asses. But the biggest issue was there was no threat to them at all.
No.
You know, it was all plot armor all day long. The main dude is never going to get taken out. In Ethereal, that's not the case. You know, especially right now, Cretaceous. Cretaceous is I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna learn some different folks every now and then. You know, so
Somebody's gonna get eaten.
yeah, man, lots of folks can get eaten in Cretaceous. And, you know, that's fun because it's like everybody has this expectation of what a zombie book is. And I wanted to turn that shit upside down. You know, I didn't want a traditional zombie book. I didn't, you know what I mean? That was, man, you know, April's going to laugh at me, but I've said the same thing about werewolves and I've said the same thing about vampires because I used to write about werewolves religiously. You know, I used to sell all kinds of werewolf shit, you know, as a writer for like campaigns and stuff, D&D and Werewolf the Apocalypse, all kinds of shit. And to the point where I made a good money doing it. And so when I started doing this, I didn't want to write about shit I'd written about a million times. You know, and right now I feel like werewolves are saturating the fucking market, which is stupid. It used to be one of those things where you could barely find a book with a werewolf on it. Nowadays, they're fucking everywhere. So I felt the same way about zombies, but I was like, man, I don't remember what the fuck happened with Cretaceous, but it was, what are we going to call it before? Some fucking...
The Rot.
The
I
Rot.
love that name. I
Rot.
love that fucking name, The Rot.
Whatever.
You should do a variant cover for the Kickstarter, and you put The Rot on it for the title.
Should.
Don't
That's why you,
encourage them.
that way you get at least one variant cover. At least one
Yes,
cover
with
that
The
says
Rot
The Rot
on it. Oh, so good.
And
I might
buy
just
it.
do it. I might just do a mini series called The Rot, Cretaceous The Rot.
That could be your backstory. That could be your 6 additional pages in the back.
There you go. I might do something with it. We'll see. But Chris Mad says he likes The Rot.
I like The Rot.
It's a cool ass idea. So, but anyway,
Rotten vagina.
God. No one wants that, you know.
Exactly. Nobody
Get outta
wants
here.
it. Ew.
Get out of here. Gross.
Ew.
The good thing though is like zombies have kind of died off. Like now that The Walking Dead's over,
Right.
Pun intended.
hey, I had to try. But with Walking Dead kind of over, and the only thing they really have is the new series coming out, zombies have kind of taken a back seat now in culture. So I haven't seen a whole lot of stories out there. So this is actually, I think, a good story because it's going to be something different too.
What on earth? Well, that's really weird. Okay.
What's really
Oh,
weird?
I just got it invoice paid, and it's weird. So I'm gonna have to look at it.
Another Etsy hack job.
No, it's off our website.
Oh.
It's weird.
Right on.
That is
Maybe-
looking badass, April. That looks so good.
Oh, thank you. I'm like, how far can I go with it before Dustin's like, you're gonna get me fined?
No, you're fine.
All the way.
I'm not too worried about it. Oh, I see. So the order, when you see the invoice that comes through the email like that, I've never seen it labeled that way before, but it's a bunch of badass covers on it. So we'll get that taken care of.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, that's a really. Oh, look, I hit the wrong button. I was
That
trying to.
too was amazing.
Yeah, I was trying to make it so it was bigger. No, I don't give a shit. We're not on Twitch tonight, so I don't.
You said bigger.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Yeah, as long as we're not on Twitch, I don't fucking care what you put up here. Oh, as long as it's available to put up here. As long as we have it. Anyway,
I'm making it.
I know it's awesome.
Okay.
It's awesome. I was teasing you about it earlier and you didn't catch it.
Oh well. I was teasing you too, and I'm
Oh.
pretty sure that you caught it.
I did because I'm brilliant.
You are.
I'm the smartest individual alive. Not so much.
I'm fucking
we'll
around
see.
and
Fuck around and find
Oh
out.
damn, don't.
so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into my cover for Kinktober, or a cover for
Go
Kinktober.
for it. Do it.
And then we got Maya and C. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks
Got
good.
Eve.
Hell yeah, man.
Maybe
You know
some
what's
others.
funny? You were still one of the first people to draw that character.
One of the only people that colors her correctly.
That's a fact. We're not going to talk about any of that. Get out
Oh,
of
okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know my limitations on.
We're not allowed to be like, I'm the manager of this department, so I does it so good.
I did it
Well,
right.
I was doing it so good before I became the manager.
That's true. That's fair. I'll let you have that one.
All right.
That's very, very fair. Man, oh man. So, Ernie Who's.
I was
I
gonna
made
ask.
it weird. I'm so sorry.
What you got? Ask
So,
me.
what's next? What's next on the docket for Kickstarter?
What's next? You've
Where
got
they dwell
Where
is
They Dwell is
next,
next.
and the Halloween
And the Halloween books
is.
are next after that. So
Yeah.
the Halloween books, there's 3 of them.
That's gonna
So-
take up like 2 months worth of
Yeah.
time.
That's going to be 2 months of us. We got those books. And then after
Kinktober.
those, oh my gosh, Kinktober too. Yep.
Kinktober is going to be going live in October.
Yep. Then
That'll
you've got,
be printed under Ethereal as well.
what is the other one coming up after that? Frog Legs 2 is after that.
Barbalians.
Barbalians 2, yep. I don't know if that's a working title or not. I have not figured it out yet. But that's Blade and Hunter's book, so that'll be a lot of fun. I've seen it. It looks great. He's doing a really neat thing where he's doing these mini stories with like pages done by different artists. So like each chapter is a different artist, and they're all short stories. Should be interesting. I've never seen anything like it. It almost reminds me of like a
Anthology.
Yeah, but it's so small for an anthology.
It's
It's
like
not
the old.
eyes, but the motion and the no. Wait, how do you, what is it?
It's like it's 24 pages.
It's like Marvel Comic Presents used to be. Remember how they
Yeah.
used to have like 5 or 6 pages, and there's 4
Yeah,
stories
yeah, yeah.
in the books.
Yep. And that's exactly what he's doing, and it looks super cool. Like it looks super super cool. I can't wait for you guys to see that. Then we've got Dan's book, Mr. Wickline's book coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's a lot on the palette. Right now is right now we're literally in the middle of all these Halloween books though. It's, you know, every time I turn around we're getting Halloween book stuff turned in, or we're getting, you know, My Metal Girl or Cretaceous. Well, you know, and you know, There Be Shadows. So which is goddamn gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, Donnie is killing There Be Shadows. So you guys are really, really in for a treat when that comes out. I can't wait.
Well, you know which page I want from that one.
Which one?
The one with the house at the bottom.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, you know, the what the fuck was it? Oh, the website. So if you go to the website now, if you go to, I think it's the series panel. I still have a lot of work to do, but you can purchase on there now, which is great. If you go to the series panel or books panel, or it's either or titles, something like that. You can actually drop it down and see what is coming up. There's coming soon on the books that are coming that we haven't put in on the website yet. So I think that's neat. Like I said, I've never built a website before, so I'm quite proud of myself.
You did pretty good.
I did okay.
You did okay.
For a guy who's never done this shit before, I did all right. So
I thought you had. I'm so sorry. Congratulations.
I had zero fucking clue what I was doing. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna pay a motherfucker to do this shit because I have no clue how to do it. So
understood. Well, it's still a huge accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel good about it. Thank you. I feel good about it. I think it looks great. I'm quite happy with it.
Hell yeah.
I got I still got some stuff to do. But it looks good. It feels good. When you're browsing it, it's easy to get to each page and shit like that. The only thing I need to do that I don't really know how to just yet is add a like I added like series names. So like if you look up if it hops, everything associated with if it hops will show up. But I'm trying to find a way to do a search for like artists. So like if you're a Steph Wilson fan, right? If you're a Steph Wilson fan, you'll be able to click do a search for Steph Wilson and find all the Steph Wilson stuff on the website. Again, it's probably some kind of widget that I just haven't seen yet that I have to go through and find. It's no wonder people take courses in this shit. Because I'm over here like on YouTube watching videos, just like I did trying to learn languages the other night as well. I'm trying to learn a new one.
Italian.
Creole.
No, that one it was like
What's that
$5.
boy saying? Nothing.
Fuck off with the Creole. That was like $5, some shit like that.
That was a week's worth of entertainment. So
it was, and now that I'm fucking writing the second issue, I'm in here going, oh my god, more of this Creole dialogue I'm putting in here.
You need an overnight refresher course.
You think that shit's a joke? I had all these pages saved that I went back and was like looking at again and shit. Fuck around and find out.
I usually do.
I know. Damn it. And normally I'm just like, oh, fuck.
He's supposed to be helping me heckle you.
He was supposed to be on here, and then he told me it was going to be 30 minutes, and I still haven't heard from him.
Nah.
35 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He forgot again.
But no, there's a shit ton of cool stuff coming out, and we're making things happen. So, I am going to. I have a really, really large order to fulfill in the next couple of days, and then I've also we've got a new store exclusive that's been doing really well. So we're gonna get those out to folks. I guess we're gonna get that printed tomorrow, and yeah, all kinds of crazy shit going on. So
what store exclusive do you have? Because a lot of people might not know what you're talking about.
It's Lab Comics. He's got a website. He does all kinds of cool stuff. But he's got like 10 medals. If you guys are into medals, he's the Lab Comics website. He's got some medals on there too. So fun. It's a good looking exclusive. I can't show it to you guys, but it's a good looking exclusive.
Yeah, it looks pretty. I saw it.
Oh yeah. So but it looks good. I'm happy with it. It's Theater 7 issue 1. So It'll be cool. If you guys are, you know, a diehard collector, make sure you hit up Lab Comics and grab that exclusive. Because it's pretty. You know, it's definitely pretty. Wasn't done by any of our team, but it's pretty. Definitely
And
cool.
and he usually sells out pretty fast too.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. So, um, yeah, I'm trying to. Well, actually, I tell you what, he's got it on his website. There's no reason I can't show it to you. It's on his website. I'll show it to you guys real quick. It is very pretty, and you know, Bladen and I, you know, we saw it and we were like, that's okay. We're definitely gonna approve it for him. Because sometimes we get folks that want to do an exclusive and we don't approve the covers. You know, they just don't. They don't match what we would like to see on the products. But there it is with the dress on it, the trade dress.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty. So I don't know who did it. Like I said, I don't remember who did the artwork. But if it was a team member of ours, I could remember. I promise. Most of the time, anyway. So many covers, I'm like, oh, I know that one. I might be wrong.
Well, so how does that work for you? Do you just like publish it out or license it out to people to do store exclusives, or how does that work?
No, they tell us that they want to do an exclusive, right? And then they either hire one of our artists, which is the option I give them first, you know, or they come to us with an artist. And I wish I could see who the Facebook users are.
It's Andrew Wilson. I just checked.
We like Andrew Wilson. So like when it comes to the exclusives, they'll pay the artist, right?
Mhm.
And they don't get the file, not our files, you know. So they pay the artists, and then they pay for each individual copy they want from us. So like, it's that feller.
He finally shows up.
Yeah, it's that guy. Hello, guy. But no, they pay for the, you know, it's not like we want people to make money. I mean, legitimately, we want people to make money, especially with our products. As long as we're aware, we're a part of it. You know what I mean? So, like, if you come and you're like, Dustin, I'd like to get an exclusive, I'm going to go, okay, well, it's half retail is what we charge retailers per issue. You know, so like our regular issue is $14.99. It's $7.50. If you've ever owned a retail comic shop, you know that Marvel and DC make you buy a shit ton of fucking books to get a good rate. Okay. Well, we believe that you should get a good rate no matter how many books you buy. So it's always half off. Doesn't matter what it is, it's half off. For retailers, you have to be able to prove you're a retailer, you know. And so like you come and you're like, hey, Dustin, I'd like to do this. I say, okay. Would you like? Most of the time, I'll pitch April, Bladen, Steph Wilson. You know, the folks that have been around a long time. That's who I pitch. You know, and so like if you're like, yeah, man, I dig, you know, Blade Hunter. I'm gonna be all right. Well, the cover's $400, you know, colored, and then it's whatever your order would be. You know what I mean? Versus if you're gonna pay me before I give you in that sense, if it's a digital file, you don't need anything from me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because what he's doing is he's going to do the artwork. He's going to send me the file. I'm going to put the file together with the book, and then I'm going to send it to the printer. Is what's going to happen. Now, if you wanted him to do it traditionally, you know, then you would have to buy the actual print from him, the original artwork from him separately. You know, that's a whole different animal altogether. And that you'd have to deal with the actual artist to do that. I try not to get in the middle of anything like that. Just because it's just another hand holding money. You know what I mean? Now, if you paid me for him to do a cover, like just the work, that's fine. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to pay him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if you want the original art, that you'd lay that down between you and him. Unless I had it. If I had the artwork here, you'd pay me, you know what I mean, directly if I had the artwork. But it's like I said, it's half off retail. So like, it's funny because people always talk about how expensive metals are and stuff and foils are, and we keep our prices to a point where I think they're very fair. $35 for a metal, $25 for a foil. I think they're very fair prices.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know this, but I rarely go back and reprint metals. Like I'll reprint a metal if it's a unlimited run. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem doing that. But if you wanted you won't get a limited edition metal from me unless you ordered it when we did pre-orders. Or I had it. You know what I mean, to sell, because I don't reprint those.
That's right.
Because the problem with metals is like I just got one in last month, but it was jacked up. But it was a numbered copy.
Right.
And so I had to send it back because when it goes back to the printer, they have to reprint it with the same number.
Absolutely.
And then the other one gets turned in to be destroyed because of that reason.
Absolutely.
Now, the metal itself doesn't cost that much to make, but it's just the time and effort. Trying to get it redone too. That takes a while.
I am always amazed by what people charge for metals. Like, I'm always amazed by it. And like us, like I said, it's the same thing with original artwork and stuff from us. Mm-hmm. I always want it to be available. I always want people to be able to afford it. I don't want to go, it's $50 for a medal. Fuck you, man. $50 for a medal? You know what I mean? I'm not into that. I just had a conversation with a store the other night about they have to charge $50 to make their money back for a cover. And I'm like, that's not our business model. So I can't even begin to speak on paying $50 for a cover, or for a copy of a book. Now, most of the time, if you look at our pre-orders or anything from us that's $50 or more, it's probably got more than one book in it.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, it's got more than one book in it for sure. Now, if you lived in fucking Denmark and you ordered a medal from me or April or Bladen, whoever you happen to speak to about it, and it's probably going to be about $65, $70, but that's because the shipping is like $35. It's one of those things where, yes, I love people to have our medals. Yes, I love to do them. Maybe we're losing a lot of money because we do things for the way we do them, but I'm okay with the way we do things. You know what I mean?
It allows you to sleep at night.
Yeah, I can go to bed knowing that my karma is positive versus taking advantage of people and their pockets. You know what I mean? So I don't ever want people to feel like that we're charging too much when you break down an ethereal book, it's literally like $7,000 per production, and that's before printing. That's not even fucking talking printing, so, or shipping for that matter.
Oh, gosh.
But it's like, I was talking to a guy that's been doing this a really long time earlier today, and he was like, you're to that point right now where is a brand, we have reached that we're almost sitting at the big kids table, right? We're almost there. And give it another year and we'll be sitting there. We'll be a household indie name. That was my goal by the end of this year, to be a household indie name. And we're there. We're right on the cusp of being right there. And it's like, yes, the books are expensive to make. Yes, the quality is there. If you've ever picked up an ethereal book, you know what I'm talking about. The quality is there for the book. From the art to the writing. Yeah, well, I'll toot my own horn about the writing. All my shit's great. But no, it's like even I know for a fact that I get better every book, and it's just like anything else. It's like Bladen was the first person to point out to me, because I don't think anyone other than my wife or Chuck Pignot had read any of the earlier scripts, like the really early scripts. And when Bladen got a hold of him, he was like, "Man, I'm so glad you write the way you write now versus the way you wrote back then." And I'm just like, well, yeah, me too. You know what I mean? Because it's a learning curve, just like anything else. There's no way I'm going to come into this industry and go, I can write with the likes of blah 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 blah, better than Bendis, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's like, I kid, fuck around, don't fucking castrate me or anything. But there's whatever, man. That guy fucked Spider-Man. I don't give a shit.
He fucked up Spider-Man royally. Brand New Day,
Brand New Day can eat my ass with a spoon. So
the only thing that saved Spider-Man after that was Superior Spider-Man, where Doc Octopus became.
Did all right. It was all right. I enjoyed it. But there's a lot to be said about skill levels and what we're doing and how long we've been around. And I told, I had my mom, who I'm very grateful to live near now, because I haven't lived near them in fucking over 20 years, and to be around them and see them is a pleasure. And she came to me the other night. I was sitting outside. So their house is on the acreage behind my house, and she walked up to the pool, and I was sitting out at the patio, and she was like, "I'm really proud of you." And I was like, "Oh yeah?" And she was like, "Yeah, because, you may not be perfect, none of us are, but you do you really, really well." And I like to think ethereal is like that. I like to think that we may be a bunch of crazy fucking psychotic misfits, but I think we do it well. I think we carry ourselves well. We're productive parts of the industry. We're polite to folks. We treat people, with respect. And that goes to the friends too. We treat the friends with respect. We treat everybody as well as we would like to be treated. And I think that that's something that stands out. I'm never going to be anybody but me, just like April and Bladen are never going to be anybody but them, and we are constantly improving who we are as people. April is getting better at shit talking about me. Bladen is getting better at assisting said shit talking. But it's one of those things where, as a team, we continue to improve. And I was, I bullshit about it all the time, but don't fucking sleep on Ethereal, man. Don't sleep on us, because every fucking thing we put out is money, and it's not because of me. It's everybody. Everybody out here is giving shit 150 fucking % every day. There's moments where I wake up in the middle of the night and my phone has got notifications, and I'm like, what the fuck? April's talking to an artist that lives across the world at 3:00 in the fucking morning, or Bladen is assisting somebody with pages at 2, 3 in the fucking morning. And I'm going, God damn, this is amazing to watch. It's one of those things where, again, the more we do it, the better we get.
What's wrong?
So if you look at, with the exception of Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs, issue 1 is still my favorite. I don't fucking care. So as we go, we get better, and BGD looks amazing every fucking issue that comes out. So
I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just, when you look at, let's talk If It Hops. If you look at If It Hops 1 versus If It Hops 2, there's actually almost a year difference in the time periods that those books were worked on. About a year, actually. And Bladen has increased his abilities tenfold, in my opinion. You know, and I like to be able to say that I can keep up with our artistic talents that much, you know, with the stories. But it's funny, most of the stories that you guys read were written months and months, if not years ago. You know, like I said, I'm on issue like 27 of the Listener right now. I'm on, you know, BGD like 6 at the moment. You know, there's all kinds of cool stuff. Speaking of BGD, that is amazing, sir. Welcome to the broadcast, my friend.
Hello. I snuck in.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That's looking pretty fantastic, man.
Yeah, this one comes from planning.
Planning. I like planning.
Yeah.
Planning is fun. You know, is this going to be a print?
This is going to be an extra interior piece for issue 4.
Oh, all right. Right on. I love it. So we were talking about your amazing SpawnCon event coming up earlier.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be there with...
you know, Dino was almost on the show tonight, but he had something come up.
Who? Oh, Dino?
Yeah. Dino.
I don't know. Yeah. He'll have to let us know.
Yeah. Let us know, because I'm going to sound like a douchebag until somebody tells me.
Well, we should probably ask him outside of the private eye then. Or, public eye. Sorry. Silly.
So we're going to have yourself and Renee Roth at that show. Should be a ton of fun in Denver, right?
I hope we'll have some local friends, because we got to meet some of our colorists and some other people back in Denver. That was pretty cool.
I love that, right? How fucking cool is that? So you guys are going to be there. You're going to have all kinds of swag with you, stickers and shit, and prints and original art and all kinds of stuff. So that'll be a ton of fun. I'm excited for you guys. I'm gonna try to get your ass to Hawaii too, so we'll see about that.
Good luck.
But y'all need to get to Dallas too.
Dallas.
I'll have to look at
Dallas Fan Fest, right? Isn't Fan Fest the big one over there?
You got Dallas Fan Expo, and then you've got Cowtown Comic Con.
You know, this is the second year I've seen Cowtown. The second time. And I am so excited about that show. Like, it is ridiculous to me how much I want to turn C into a Buckle Bunny.
Oh god, dude, that would be awesome. Well, and the cool thing too is like so, you know, you've been to San Diego, right? You've been to San Diego Comic Con. That's how fan.
Well, I went when I had the store. We were, you know, because you get tickets when you have stores. So I went when I had the store, but.
That's how Fan Expo feels. It's a combination, you know, toys, comics, celebrities, and stuff.
Right.
Cowtown is just comics.
See, that's what we need to do. I really want to do that. And Bladen, do you know what a Buckle Bunny is?
I don't. So yeah.
Nate, you want to tell everybody what a Buckle Bunny is?
Let's see how to explain it.
I'm already scared.
Well. For me, it's a bunny that's a cowgirl with buckles.
So a Buckle Bunny is a slutty cowgirl, is what a Buckle Bunny is. So I'm excited to do C Up as a Buckle Bunny for that show.
Well, I'm down for any fun prints of C for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do some. If you know, we want to start making sure that our presence is known. And this year coming up is going to be, we're going to be in everybody's fucking face. So,
yeah. Well, if you want to do Cowtown, let me know. I know the manager there. So
yeah, dude, I'm in like fucking sin. You just gotta let me know when.
Okay.
I didn't mean to rhyme like that, but yeah.
All right, I'll talk to the manager. I know they do it every October. So it's probably too late this year, but next year definitely. So I'll talk to him because I've got a meeting with him in a couple weeks, and so I'll get him sit down and see what we can do. I mean, it's really reasonable. The vendor, the booth cost is real cheap. Like last year, so think of it this way: last year we had Mike DeBalfa, Marat Michaels, Marissa Pope. This year,
so all our crew anyway was there.
Exactly, and then this year we have Sabine Rich is going to be there. William Russell. So like. They bring all the good comic people in, but guess what? You're not paying an arm and a leg either.
Yeah, I love that, man. I'm sure there's you know, good priced housing for us to, you know, to swing into, because the big thing is we do a lot of shows. Like before we took this year off, most of the far shows that we would do, we were invited to and were guests. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like we're guests at SpawnCon, you know,
Mhm.
and I'm gung ho to, you know, set shit up. But depends on where it is, what we're gonna make from it, you know, and what we bring to the show. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? If you're saying that there's like 6 people from Ethereal that are going to be at a show, well, there's no reason for us not to show out. You know what I mean? There's really no
Exactly.
sense. And you know, we'll have a good time. I'm about that. And but we're looking at some big stuff. I think the biggest one for us this year coming up, I want to push us into, is I really want to get to New York this year coming up. Like
That'd
I've
be badass.
never been. I've never been. So I'm trying to learn to handle the inventory differently, because most of the shows I go to, I drive to. So, like, we flew to Vegas and I took so much stuff. Like, I took I think I paid like $450, $500 in luggage, you know, just to take stuff. And we did really well. I had plenty of product for Bladen. I had plenty of product for April. April had plenty of product she brought with her. You know, there was plenty of stuff. I had plenty of stuff for Lieris. You know, there was, and, you know, then I had Steph Wilson was there. We had plenty of stuff for Steph Wilson. We had plenty of stuff for Ryan Kincaid, you know. But I'd really like to figure out now, because the library is so large now, figuring out what people would want to see. So I think it's more or less, you know, instead of bringing like 6 short boxes on a plane, you know, it's going to be like 2 or 3 short boxes at most, you know, depending on where it is. Like I was talking to April and I was like, if I could fly you or Bladen out to my house and then drive to certain shows, I don't have a problem with that either. I just can't do 10-hour drives by myself anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? I just can't do it. I used to do it. It used to be fun.
Right.
Now it's not feasible for me to drive that far by myself, you know?
Well, pain in the ass. It's boring and it hurts. So
Right. So
Well,
like,
we're old. We can't
Yep.
we can't sit in the damn car that long.
right.
Forever.
So
it's boring. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't mind paying to fly them to me and then driving out if that's what they want to do, and we can have more inventory like that. You know what I mean? I also like having a car. I really do like having a car wherever I'm at.
Well, it makes a
And
difference for sure.
it really does, you know. So like anytime we do MegaCon or Florida Comic Con, you know, it's always like, you know, have a car. And normally everybody's riding with me because I drive, you know. And so, and I don't mind putting the mileage on. It's nothing like that. I just don't want to do it by myself, you know. So
Well, like for here, I mean, you could always ship the stuff to my house here. You know, if it's
yeah,
too
that's a
far
good
of a
idea.
drive,
Well,
because I'm like 20 minutes from the convention hall.
Well, I learned recently that I can ship in country, continental U.S. Not using, because I don't use the bullshit mailing. You know what I mean? What is that? Media mail? I don't fuck with.
Oh no.
So, but I did learn that I can ship a large size box with 18 Geminis in it for under $20. And I can put 8 books in a Gemini. So 8 books in a Gemini times 18, that's like 144 books. So, I mean, I can put that many in a fucking box and ship it for under $20. So if I can ship 2 boxes like that, you know, then we've got plenty of product. You know what I mean? It's a good idea. It's something to think about. Like, you know, I know that like DeBolfo ships to stores.
Yeah.
And Kincaid ships to stores. You know what I mean? And that may be a route that we can take as we get more well known. Which I'm very happy with how well known we are at the moment. But it's just getting further and further into that route. You know, we started talking about also doing the small press booths instead of Artist Alley booths. You know, but the thing about a small press booth is like a $600 price difference. Now they'll give us if we're guests, they'll give us Artist Alley booths, but they're not going to give you $1,000 booth. You know what I mean? That's where the money's at. You know, so
well, like Fan Expo here, I mean, they have so many people here. I mean, like between like you have Comics Elite here, you have Unknown, you have they had Don McTeague, we had Jim Lee. You know, it's all the big names, but then you get
right.
like our independent family people too. You know, Kincaid's here. You know, so I mean, you have options. It's just the Artist Alley and Fan Expo isn't the best because like everybody's like crowded next to each other. It's like a big U, pretty much, and then they segregate some stuff off. But it's hard to actually get the Artist Alley too because there's so
Oh,
much
wow.
stuff to get through before you get
Right,
there.
right. That's like MegaCons like that.
Yeah, you're like on the back wall, you know. So by the
Right,
time you get there, you're like, and that's where I end up all day long. Like
right.
literally, I don't leave Artist Alley, you know, because I get to catch up with everybody.
Hmm.
But it's like crap, man. You know, just to get into it. I mean, Fan Expo is not cheap either. I mean, you're
Right.
talking $50 to $60 per ticket for people to go there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not cheap here for Fan Expo, but like Cowtown, $10, 15
Yeah,
bucks.
I'm
Like
about that.
it's like the old days, like it used to be, you know. And it's a real comic convention, and it's a big area. You can walk around. You're not elbow to elbow.
Right.
So that's like my favorite convention to go to every year.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a couple of them I'd like to go to. And we're just trying to figure it all out. I've got like a list of like dates and stuff. Like this thing for the Spawn Con is like Halloween weekend,
Mhm.
you know, and I don't mind, you know, setting it up for, you know, our team to go. I don't even mind going myself. I just wasn't going to do it this year myself. You know what I mean? Especially with trying to situate some stuff that I'm trying to get. I'm trying to make some real crazy magic happen right now. So we'll see if I can pull a rabbit out of my ass. So, I mean, most of the time it's just a hamster. But see if I can get a
Well,
rabbit.
well, I don't know, man. Them hamsters go in weird places, so you can keep it.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Oh man.
You know what, Bladen? This reminds me of like an old X-Men cover, like Eve looks like she's about to pull out the wings of Archangel at the top.
So actually, funny thing, Ricky's pose here is something I've meant to kind of do for like a really, really long time. From like way, way, way back in the memory files. So one of my favorite artists is Travis Charest, or Charest if you're trying to spell it out. He did Wildcats, X-Men. He did quite a few other pieces, and I think he just recently did something with Mark Millar for The Authority. He had this one piece that was on the cover of PlayStation Magazine, and it's Snake, and he's holding up a pistol, but it was like the other way. So I kind of flipped how the pose would be on this. And then it had Meryl, and then it had like the pieces of Metal Gear kind of around it, but it's like his style of mechanics and machinery. So I mean, it wasn't like identifiable as Metal Gear itself, but like Snake was identifiable, and just the pose and like the strength of him kind of looking out just really struck me and stayed with me forever. And I want a poster of that, but I cannot find it. But I thought I'd replicate that a little bit here.
I dig it.
I like it.
So if anybody out there in the internet world can find that poster of that Metal Gear Solid thing from Travis Charest, I will take it.
See, I can't wait to get my art in. That way I can put it up with the rest of it.
Mm.
Yeah, man. I got like 4 pieces for you, I think.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Yeah, it's all filtering through that guy. He needs to get on it. He's not shipping enough stuff.
Oh,
No, that dude's been kind of crazy shipping. I've seen how much stuff went out.
Right.
I've seen all the pictures, like, and that's the one thing too is I think more people if they share out like what they're getting. Like I always send the pictures, for
yeah.
us, but I mean we need more people to do that. That'll get the word out even more.
Oh, absolutely, man. But I'm never, like, I'm grateful just for people to do it, period. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would love people to share shit and talk shit and whatever else. but I'm just grateful for the support. Like
I'm happy to talk shit.
I know
Yeah,
you
You talk it well.
professional. I didn't get to have a good look. Am I the only? What's April working on?
Oh, just Maya and Agent C and Eve.
Just doing normal stuff.
The normal April stuff.
Well, Kinktober's coming up, and I'm ready for the purge. I purge all the naughtiness out
There you go.
of my mind for at least 8 months out of the year. It starts to seep back in, and
Yep.
and then we're ready for the purge again. So
You got work to do. I get it.
what?
You got
No,
work to do. Yeah.
no. Like, this is just fun for me. I finished up the last of my Phi-finity sketch cards, and they're like, just draw whatever you want on these last 10 cards. I'm like, yeah, okay.
No.
I'm afraid to even send them the snapshot of it. I'm just like, here you go. Super fun.
see if I come back to you next time.
Oh, they'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a great subset. I'm like, no.
Make that the
We only
chase
do it.
set.
Huh?
Make it like a chase set.
Yeah, well, so I don't fully understand the specifications of the set. It's called 33 artists or something like that, and I don't know. I really don't understand it, but they send you like 10 cards at a time or something. Last time they sent it to me, I did like 10 pirate themed things, whether it was tattoos or your traditional pirate or whatever. I don't know. Like, I kept it as a set, So this time I was sick of drawing people, so I just drew people in latex suits. But it turned out really good. So anyway, I'm not pleased with it. It's just that, like, when people look at it, they're gonna be like, they're either gonna love it or they're gonna have like some questions. And my dog found his squeak toy. I'm so sorry.
See, I can't wait to see what April does with mine for Kinktober.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to all of them. It's going to be amazing. There's a few where I'm like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but those usually wind up being the best. So who knows? I'm so ready for it that it's just dumb. So I've got just a couple of things I gotta get situated. Mermaid book needs to go to print, and I am gonna have Dustin. I need your PDF rates so that I can have my mermaid book put into PDF form to send out for all the digital backers on it. So that'll be fun. And then can't remember if there was something else I need to do, but I think this one will be a cover for my one of the covers that I do for Kinktober.
It looks so good, dude.
It's just super fun. Like, I can't.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I love drawing C. Maya's always a good gal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know. I had this drawn out like last year.
Yeah, well, like I said, the more you guys do a character, right? The more you work on a character, the better at your imagery of that character becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I think is awesome. Because it just goes to show that you grow with the character.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching that. I think it's just super fun.
Well, and I can tell the difference just within the last couple of years, like even with the writing style, like that hook gets bigger and bigger every story.
I
And
appreciate that.
like so the details are there, they're becoming more intricate. So you're really having to pay attention. Because you know how some books are. Like you can just read through a book, skim through it and you're okay. Now it's like you've got to really pay attention to every panel. Like to every side, that way you know what's going on because that's going to tie into the next book, or it
Oh,
tied in before you just didn't realize it till now.
for sure. I think that's fun, right? Like layering and storytelling is super, super fun. Like right now, um, like there are so many like nuances in the Halloween trilogy that it was a lot to try to like storytelling as a writer, as a creator, you have to lie to yourself because you already know what another character's viewpoint is going to be if they know have said knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So you're literally going at it going, oh man, I gotta make sure so and so doesn't know this, and I have to react. I have to write it as they don't know it. But you have to pay attention because it's literally like you lying to yourself as you write these stories. And writing them intricately and making sure that you have um, the different hooks to it and the different, you almost leading crumbs to different directions and stuff. Like I think If It Hops has been the biggest one,
Mhm.
like the biggest one that we've done like that. Uh, I mean, the story changed like mid draft for issue 1. Like it was, holy shit, I'm gonna do this, and I'm the best fucking mystery writer ever. And then it was like, oh shit, I can't write that. Let me change my idea. So I went in a totally different direction than the first one. But it's turned out well. It's been well received, So you guys still don't know what the fuck's going on, to be honest with you. I'm just being fucking honest. There's that we haven't we The cool thing about If It Hops, the mystery about If It Hops is we've put it in front of you so many times, blatantly, in the first issue, that I think that you guys, once you do figure it out, are just going to be like, oh, that's dope as fuck, because it's going to come out of left field when it does come out, you know. And I enjoy that. I think that kind of storytelling is a lot of fun. I think that I think there's going to be folks that have it figured out before them, uh, but I think you're going to question whether you've got it figured out or not.
Well, I've got some ideas, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as people are already getting their physical copies of issue 2 right now, so they're starting to ask questions, they're curious and stuff, which is amazing. And I think that we're telling a different enough story than anything else we put out that it's going to keep people pretty well entertained, you know. Um, and the next arc for that book, I've already started laying the groundwork for that, so it should be a lot of fun. I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy the stuff you see and the new characters that are coming around the pipe and stuff like that. Particularly our little fox. She's a lot of fun. So,
Hmm? So I guess the question is, when you think about it from a timing perspective, so we're on If It Hops 2 as of right now. 3's coming up, and you get to 4 and 5. Did you have a saga planned for like the different like 1 through 5 or 1 through 10?
So we always do 4 books to a trade paperback. That's how we release our books. And so like it'll like if it's a saga, it would be trade paperback, blah 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 saga volume 1.
Mhm.
You know, and this one, yeah, will probably be a saga-esque type of book. Because I've got issue 6 up to 6 like laid out story-wise what I would like to see. You know, and I think that there's a lot that you're going to we started building a lot. If you read, a lot of people don't read; they like to look at stories and that's or pages, and that's fine. I you know I totally get that. That's why we write ethereal the way we write it. All our ethereal books are the way they're written, is because we want you to be able to enjoy the story, even if you have issues reading. Because there are a lot of people that do have issues reading, and I don't think they should ever be segregated. So
And
I
there's international people too that are, maybe English isn't the first language. So.
absolutely. So you should be able to understand an ethereal book, any issue of ethereal, without reading it. The pages should, you know, Bladen and I talked about that when we first put BGD out. You should be able to tell everything going on just from the panels. You know, I've talked about it before, but you know, when I used to love the X-Men as a kid. I loved the X-Men. I can't fucking stand the X-Men anymore. But I used to read the shit out of it. Any kind of stuff pre like 2006, I was a huge fan of, you know. And anyway, so you know, but you would get these huge bubbles, like huge fucking bubbles. And as a kid, you don't have the like most of the time, it's not an interesting enough bubble to keep your attention for the length of time it takes you to read that whole fucking Chris Claremont fucking X-Men bubble. You know what I
Grant
mean?
Morrison.
Yeah, you don't have it as a kid. And I got to the point where again that I want to tell the story. I don't need to give you filler. You don't like I like Spawn, right? I'm a Spawn fan. But there's way too much dialogue in Spawn. And it's not even dialogue, it's narration. If you can't tell, like, I'll be honest, because it's been on my mind a lot lately with all the books we've been creating and stuff. You know, when you take a page, your page should tell the story. It should tell the story. The artwork should tell you the story. That's why you look at like Bladen or any of our other artists, they lay out pages the way they lay them out because they want your eye to follow the page. You know? So like don't give me a fucking pinup and 19 boxes of narration on a page. I don't fucking want that. I don't want it.
But what if it's really funny?
It's not. It's not. Trust me. I just went back and read issues 1 through 125 of Spawn in the past 6 months. It was not. It wasn't worth the time when you're not giving enough story to it. You know?
Yeah, but you're the one that'd be writing ethereal. You could make it funny.
I don't want to make it funny. Not unless it's fucking Penny. Then fucking Penny would be funny.
Well, that could be a Kinktober thing.
Like Penny the Clown. Oh my god.
No, because you never mind.
Yeah, no.
It's the way that you phrased what you were saying.
I know. I caught it. That's why I said never mind. That's why I said it the way I said it. And I totally caught where you were going with it. So that's why I laughed. But no, there's something to be said about these characters. So like when you give me a page, I want all the story I can get out of that page, whether it's any way of delivering it, but it should all be connected. Like there was a page in one of the books I read recently that had just like, I think it was like a violator hand going straight up out of the ground and like 9 narration boxes around a violator hand going straight up out of the ground. And you're like, cool. Thank you for telling me the story that I want my eyes to get. You know what I mean? Like, I love reading novels. I've probably got 700, 800 novels laying around here in various places in my house. But that's not what I read comic books for. I read comics for a visual medium. You know, I want a great story, but I want to look at that beautiful art while I'm getting that great story. You know, so thank you so much about all the characters are awesome so far. We appreciate that. But it's one of those things where I want you to enjoy Ricky for what Ricky is, and I want you to enjoy Maya and Eve for what they are. Like I said, we did those flashback panels in the last issue of BGD, but we didn't have to elaborate on them. We created a tone with them, you know, so you understood what was occurring to her in her youth. You know, I didn't need to be like she was a fucking streetwalker and the dude dropped money on the ground after he fucked her. I didn't need to write that. You know, there was no point in me elaborating that. You know, you should be able to tell a story using couth as well. You know, there's no reason for me to be like, oh, yeah, you know, this went down and, you know, he just kind of left her ass in the fucking gutter. You don't need to write like that. You know what I mean? You give the people what they want in a medium that's easier to digest. You know, it's like certain things are uncomfortable, right? Certain concepts are uncomfortable. If you write about them, you're literally making that much more uncomfortable. Versus if you give people a visual medium, they understand what you're trying to get across, but you don't have to say it. You know, there's
what I call don't insult your audience.
Exactly. I like to think the fans are smart enough to enjoy the storytelling the way that we do it.
I mean, I'm not sometimes, but all right.
Oh well.
Hopefully they are.
Well, I know for me,
Well,
like I stopped reading Spawn at about issue 50 for that same exact reason.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I got fed up. I mean, even Capullo tried to make things look good, but guess what? You can only do so much.
I'm a big, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the world. I'm a fan of the creations. It's just there's a certain type of storytelling, and I want to tell stories differently. You know what I mean? I want you guys to, you know, enjoy them and get what you want out of them without having to be told, hey, look, the grass is this many shades of fucking green. I don't need to do it. You know what I mean? There's no sense in doing it when you've got artwork as beautiful as Bladen's, or you've got Gabriel's that are, or fuck Zai's, or whoever it is that are literally out here showing you guys exactly what they want you to see. I shit you not. Some of these cats can literally take what I'm saying right off the fucking letters and put it down on lines. You know, there's no missteps. You know, it's a very interesting thing, and Bladen can read my mind. It's very funny. Like, it's not even a joke. It's very fucking funny. So like, he'll be able to interpret as the art director. He assists all the artists anyway, but he can interpret what I'm putting on paper better than most. You know, so he can easily be like, well, that's not really what he wanted on that page. This is what we wanted to get out of this particular panel. You know, or this is what we want to see.
Sometimes I got you.
Yeah. I believe it. But it makes it very interesting and much more intimate for the reader, because normally, like, you'll hear people go, well, I can't read your mind, or I have no idea what you want. But the more you work with a product, and the more you work with characters, the more you work with their stories, you become intimately knowledgeable about those characters. And you can easily go, yes, that's what that character would do, because I've read every fucking piece of literature about them, and I've drawn them every day of my life for the past year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the fuck it may be. You know, now that's just as much your character, because you've lived with that character. That is your, you know, your life that you've put in hours upon hours upon hours with these characters. You know, that's like April, right? And this is not an insult to April at all. April is a big fan of C, right? She's a big fan of C. She does C's hair different than anybody else. Anybody else.
That's
and I don't know why. I don't know why, but
It's fun. It's buffon.
but
true.
it's her way of doing it, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Though, like I said, you'll never see anybody else do it like that. You know what I mean? And I always take it like April's got her, and she's doing her after she got a perm or some shit. You know what I mean? That's how
I think she's doing more like Marilyn Monroe. Like that's.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like a voluminous blowout.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Yes.
Yeah,
Summer blowout.
absolutely. Ethereal, absolutely. Mr. Bodom. Yeah, that is the way that we look at it. Breaking the fourth wall is interesting. Because we play the field with the fourth wall every now and then in an ethereal book. And but it's just different than your Deadpool or your She-Hulk or anything like that. We're not really like, hey, we know we're a comic book and you're reading it. It tends to be more of a joke that you may know about in reality, or with ethereal, or not ethereal, with BGD, the big thing is the VHS tapes. When you guys actually start getting to see inside of Ricky's apartment, you see the VHS tapes, and the whole "I'll be back" thing from issue 3, which was actually put in after the fact by our letterer, and it was really funny to me, so I ran with that. But he is a VHS tape collector, and VHS tapes make zero sense in this world. They make zero fucking sense. But it's fun to me to have something that resembles the past for us, because I feel like BGD has the 90s written all over it. Like, it literally is the epitome of a 90s comic book with violence and nudity in it, and like,
Man,
I
I
don't
thought
know.
we were doing some highbrow entertainment, but now you're talking some smack about it. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the
I'm all
90s.
like, what do you mean VHS tapes don't have what?
I still have the tape player.
Seriously? Yeah, yeah, for real. Like, okay. Picture this.
If you will.
You don't want that baby figuring out how to use the actual TV. So you give them VHS tapes so they don't scratch up your DVDs. And this is pre-streaming. Yeah.
Man, this is my
Look,
life. Let me tell you what
they
happened.
accidentally buy movies.
Oh,
If
that's
you're
happened
not
like
careful.
6 times recently. Oz is about the fucking voodoo. Ooh, the new Mario Brothers movie's on there. We own that. Oh, Sonic 2 came out. Oh, we own that.
Yeah. So
I wasn't even going to watch that piece of shit movie.
Yeah. So aren't you just a little bit like, whoa, we should totally have VHS tapes again?
No.
For the very fact that
I
you can
gave him a Wii U.
where that is going.
Wii U, right? The Wii U that Eden had, I gave him. All right. And because he wanted a Switch, and I damn sure wasn't going to buy him a Switch yet. At fucking 5 years old, was not going to buy him a Switch. Just like I gave her. She got the, what was that? And the GameCube when she was little. She got a GameCube, and he got the Wii U from her. And you know what he did? He loved playing it, took care of all the games and stuff, right? Took care of all the discs, was good about those. But he ripped the fucking charger cord out of the goddamn wall. And I was like, you know what? Sorry, pal. To replace that outlet jack in the fucking unit is almost as much as buying the whole goddamn system. And nowadays the fucking Wii U is more expensive than the fucking Switch. I can't figure that out to save my life. But whatever. It's the last to go without. So he did that shit to the couch chargers too. He would forget that they were plugged in the fucking couch and yank them out of the goddamn couch. Fucking little turd.
Just on his bougie couches. Yeesh.
I don't know. Are they heated?
They're not heated, but I haven't had a couch that didn't have chargers in it in like 8 years.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Do you
Yeah.
need chargers in your couch?
A little
Yeah.
rich for my blood.
Like,
Yeah, I don't
I
have
mean,
that
that's
either.
like I'm happy to like send you a what do they call that, a surge protector and a electrical like
Ah,
extension cord.
fuck all that.
What do you mean?
Breakaway card.
Yeah,
fuck
period.
that. I have, man, look, when I worked for the state, I had to keep all my phones charged all the fucking time. I'd
That's what
pass
the
out on the
that's what
couch.
the extension cord and the surge protector is.
No,
Have to.
sorry.
Look, you can literally jerry rig your couch for like, I don't know, $30.
No, I'm good. And start a fire, that too.
That takes skill, which I
Well,
don't
I
possess.
mean, you'd have to really try to make that happen, but
No,
yeah.
I'm
Are you
fine.
seriously saying that there would be no way that your couch could catch on fire by having your kid like eating, drinking, and then ripping out the plugs and shit? Like that would never happen.
I'm sure it could happen.
I'm sure. And how safe is your like Christmas tree? Was it the Christmas tree that went up, or was it the couch with like the juice and the open wires?
Not my shit. My children are not allowed around my Christmas tree.
Aw.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out.
That's okay. There's always shadow.
No, man, I'm scared to death, right? So I'm scared to fucking death, right? So last year, so our tree is like, I'm gonna say it's like, so from my first floor to the ceiling of my second floor, right? My tree can almost touch the ceiling, but it's off the ground like 2 foot, so you can put whatever you wanted to put underneath it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And last year I was scared shitless he was gonna knock that big ass fucking tree over. Like, I was scared
all
shitless.
the shards of glass,
Dude,
and all
that
fake
I'm more worried about the
snow.
landing. Like, I don't want that tree to fucking hit the second floor landing and just.
That's because you'd be asleep underneath it, and it'd give the cat ammunition.
I've been sleeping in my bed lately, thank you.
Well, we're talking last Christmas. I don't know.
That's true. Last Christmas I was sleeping on the couch a lot. That's fair.
Hey, I love my couch sleep. Oh, so
No,
good.
dude, I'm so happy to be in my bed,
Man, I can get like an hour to 2 hour nap before I have to go get the kids from school. That's the best place. Dogs allowed up on the couch. Oh, so we snuggle. It's awesome.
My dog, speaking of last year, the dog could snuggle on the couch. He is much too large for lap snuggling anymore.
Well, he's got to make room for all of the electrical cords.
Dude, I don't have all the fucking electrical cords. That's you, man.
Not anymore.
They ripped out.
Nope. I have one on the side of the couch that he's not allowed to sit on. So that little fucker.
The last of the cords.
That's it. The last of the
Nobody's
plugs. He's not allowed to sit over there. Little shit. Hey, he's not allowed in the theater all by himself. That's not even a thing. Monster creature.
No. That's where my chip holder from my queso's gonna be plugged in. Get out of here.
Fuck off.
But Daddy, we're so hungry. Get your own queso warmer.
That's it.
Maybe you'd have one if you didn't pull out all the plugs.
That's it.
At this point, you just don't let them sit on the couch, period.
Man, look.
Sit on the floor.
What? I'm not even. Not even. Once you start her, it is impossible to stop her. What is it?
Oh, like her butt's too big, but is it really? But I don't know. And then I keep laughing, and I just can't even right now. It's like awful.
You got a big white bottom on you.
What?
Huh? Is her butt too big?
Well, I was gonna go, but then these like bougie seats that I thought you'd approve of I bet there's probably charging cords in there. I don't know.
Oh, you should
Go
draw
with
one
it.
on the side.
Right, just
Right
like a
there.
little outlet.
All right.
Mwah.
Don't-
I'm hoping with all the low light, they'll have the oh wait, nope, sensor. It's fine.
Oh Lord.
This is black light
You-
edition.
Mess, dude. Straight mess.
What?
Anyway,
This is Kinktober. It's fun.
We've-
This is
we've been at it now for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Aw,
And
got the
I'm
shit
old
down.
and I'm tired. So I'm going to hit the sack.
The April jar is now officially full.
Oh, it's been full
Aw.
for about 15 minutes. You're all right.
Oh, I've been laughing for 12 of them.
I know. I didn't trust me.
Damn it.
Anyway, so we thank you guys for hanging out with us very much. We apologize for being so busy because we have literally been super, super busy. Bladen's been working his ass off, and so have April and I, but our kids are back in school, so it has been a lot of same thing with Nate. Nate's been traveling the world, we got babies in school and stuff, and we've all been very, very busy. So we do appreciate you getting an electric fence around that couch. Yes, please. Or the tree. I'm about that life. Don't tempt me. I will shock the shit out of the tiniest love of my life. Anyway, but
Charge.
charge this. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. And we will holler at you shortly. Have a good evening.
Have a good night, everyone.
Night.